retention is dangerous for you. That's what we're covering in this video. I don't know what I'm gonna title this video exactly. It's gonna be something of that line. I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what happened to me yesterday. This is something that I experienced, and you guys are gonna understand the full story of exactly what happened. But I was pretty much feeling sick. I was like, oh shit, I experienced this before, but not to this certain extent where I'm feeling like really sick, feeling like shit, feeling terrible. But enough being said, let's go ahead and dive right into the video. Alright guys, so the first thing I want to start off with is pretty much I started retention about 2 years ago. It's been on and off, and the longer I'm on it, the more longer my streaks get, the more and more I'm noticing you're not meant to release your seed. And you guys are going to see with this story that I'm going to bring in right now. I ended up releasing my seed the natural way, if you guys understand it. It's not from beating the meat or strangling the goose, whatever you guys want to call it, terminology. So I ended up releasing my seed 2 times, and this was Friday night. Keep in mind, my sleep wasn't the best. The following day, which was Saturday, this was yesterday, I was so drained, and then on top of that, I started developing fever-like symptoms. And this is something that I'm like, okay, what could have caused this? And I'm like, okay, could have been a lack of sleep, could have been my diet, I wasn't completely on it, and then on top of that, retention. So the reason I'm saying it's retention is pretty much because I experienced this before. When I get onto higher streaks, I notice that, hey, when I reset it, I get really drained, so tired, so exhausted. I'm like, I just don't feel like doing nothing. And that's how I felt yesterday. And then on top of that, it felt like I had fever-like symptoms, so I just got like really hot. And I was like, okay, is this a cold? Am I getting sick? Did I get something? And then today I felt perfectly fine. So I'm like, okay, most likely it was due to resetting my streak. And then also pretty much when I reset my streak, like I said, I feel really tired. And yesterday, throughout the whole entire day, I was completely drained, no motivation. I was like, okay, this would be a great video to go make. And I was thinking of shooting this video yesterday. I just wasn't feeling it. When you end up resetting your streak, you guys will notice little patterns here and there, how you're feeling. This is something that your body pretty much does. And you guys are going to understand that when you end up releasing your seed, pretty much your body relaxes. It's like, hey, you completed your mission. And you'll also notice that when you get onto these longer and longer streaks, and when you practice more and more retention, pretty much you're going to notice when your streaks get longer, and then the longer you've been practicing retention, you're going to notice these effects, resetting your streak, affecting you more and more. It becomes greater. And when you're first beating the meat, strangling the goose constantly, day in, day out, you're not really feeling it. But when you start getting away from it, and then you end up going back to it, you're gonna be like, oh shit, how come I never felt this before? And it's because you're kind of like, the best way to put it, guys, is let's say you cut out junk food and you're not eating junk food, and you reintroduce it and you go back into it. Well, guess what? It's not going to taste the same. It's going to taste a whole lot different. Try this also with salt. Try eating your food without salt, and it's going to be so really freaking different. It's going to be odd. You're going to be like, I need the salt. But when you get used to it without it, and then you start adding salt back to your food, you're going to be like, whoa, this is way too salty. You get that bag of potato chips, you're going to be like, whoa, why is there so much salt in this bag of chips? And that's how your body kind of gets when you start doing retention. So when you start getting away from beating the meat, releasing your seed, your body becomes used to it. And then when you start reintroducing, releasing your seed, it drains you so much. And that's because your body becomes like such on a higher level, full of energy. And you guys will notice this. That's why there's so many videos on these benefits and all that. And when you think about it, biologically, your body is going to prioritize your seed, because that's pretty much continuing the species. So it's going to put all its resources into the seed to ensuring survival. So when you start retaining, that's why there's so many videos saying, hey, my skin is glowing. Like, you'll see the people's eyes, their droopy eyes pretty much going away. Their energy, that skyrockets, and that's due to pretty much retaining. Anyways, the whole point of the video is pretty much just to inform you that, hey, when you start getting onto these longer streaks, and then on top of that, when you practice more and more retention, when you reset, you're going to be affected a whole lot more. Anyways, don't forget to smash that like button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.